What's up, all you gamers? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to the Respawn Recap. Same time, same day, every single week. What's up, Hunter? You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's roll. We got a lot of great topics. Time to break them all down for you. Here we go. And something you guys probably saw out there this past week, that being bans handed out to two lovely streamers, Indiefoxx and Amouranth, both handed separate 3-day bans for some pretty crazy stuff over on the Twitch platform, causing a lot of backlash. A lot of people riled up about this one. What we last saw before they were actually banned was some animal masks, some tight yoga pants, and some ASMR mics getting some foul treatment from both streamers.
A large amount of confusion, I think, from everyone involved on Twitch at this point. Maybe not Twitch staff. Twitch staff probably knows what's going on. But as far as the people who are also on the platform, we've seen a lot of people questioning this because they just don't know where the line is anymore and why these bans are so dang short.
Yes, a big cause of the questions lately have been the repeat offenses by both these streamers only receiving 24-hour or 3-day bans. I instantly think back to Cloud9 Mango. If you guys don't know, he was actually given a 3-day ban for sexualized content. It was right away. It was actually within hours of this stream where he decided to air hump a statuette for about 10 seconds. He was given a 3-day ban, and you compare this to Indiefoxx and Amouranth, who have been doing this for several days, if not several weeks, and then finally Twitch snaps back on them, causing a lot of people to question what exactly is going on with Twitch moderation. Either way, 3-day bans handed out. They are now both back in the platform. I think at least one of them is back in masks and giving everyone the ASMR content that they always wanted. Next story. And after being paid out by Mixer, it seems that Shroud is past the point of playing games for his viewers. I think he's actually been past this point for quite some time because he's been so successful, and especially with the rise of co-streaming Valorant and being paid out by Mixer and just being one of the more pronounced streamers, I would say. Is that the right word I wanted to use? Pronounced?
Prevalent? Maybe prevalent.
Frickin' A. Being one of the more popular streamers on Twitch, taking to his stream to say, you know, he's past playing games for viewers, which is why he's not playing a game like Warzone, as all of those Warzone streamers day in and day out deal with hackers and cheaters and stream snipers. Shroud's just sitting back playing WoW, co-streaming Valorant, having the time of his life.
I did think initially, my first thought was it's kind of funny because he's making fun of people who have to like grind Warzone on Twitch, and it's like, oh, you don't want to play this, like you're playing it all day every day, but he's streaming World of Warcraft, which is one of the most grindy games of all time, which was kind of funny to me. But I do understand his point, saying that, hey, I don't have to do that. I do whatever I want at this point. Like, I'm just gonna stream. Like you said, I got a big check from Mixer. I make enough that I don't have to pander to whoever wants to watch me. Like, I'll play whatever game I want to.
Yeah, and I would say grind for viewers as compared to grinding Warcraft is two different things. You know, World of Warcraft is not known for its viewers outside of a few streamers out there, so certainly Shroud is sacrificing, because you know, if Shroud was playing Warzone day in and day out, he'd be right up there with everyone else in terms of viewer count. But yes, he is still grinding games. He just seems to be grinding the games that he actually wants to play, which I think is every streamer's like end goal, which we've seen, you know, the whole this game made you, Tim the Tatman, others certainly enjoying their own games. Shroud now joins that group of Twitch streamers. After being away from the platform of Twitch and content creation for 1 year, it was not necessarily a surprise. It was actually hinted at for quite some time, the return of Fedmyster to streaming after 1 year of being away from the scene, of course following several accusations, of course mostly from offline TV crew members. If you guys want to look back on that, feel free to do so. He has now come back and not only apologized to all of those who have accused him, returning to streaming, and also what has been kind of become a meme of him returning as ripped after working out for a year, and also with the puppy. Did I do that appropriate? I don't know. That's the gist of what I've gathered so far.
I think that's right. Overall, the weirdest part for me, this calls into question a lot of stuff, because we were just talking about how bans don't seem to have any permanence, right? On Twitch, of like, you get banned, it doesn't matter, you come back a few days later, who cares? Now it's like all these people who were canceled are also coming back a year later, and it's not even mattering at all what happened before. It's like the return is natural for people to take a year off and then come back to the scene, which has had a lot of people either upset or very welcoming in the space. It's very polarized.
I think it's very complicated until others take a stance on this. We've seen a lot of jokes and memes about his return and the way he angled it and the way he decided to do it. A year is a pretty lengthy step away, I will say. So a lot of people asking, does the punishment, that being a year hiatus, fit the crime, which was nothing illegal, but it certainly was some very, very disturbing accusations against him. I think a lot of us would agree. So people falling on both sides. But to your point, it kind of marked almost like the return of Sinatra to streaming. Now, Sinatra is still an ongoing investigation, but very, very serious claims against him. He returned to Twitch and 30,000 viewers. Boom, back in his pocket. Fedmyster returns, almost breaks 50,000.
Yeah.
So clearly a lot of people out there, I think in today and age, don't necessarily, I mean, you got a lot of diehard fans who will support you no matter what, which you got to admire to a degree, but these are very serious topics we're talking about. So I understand why some people are also equally disturbed by those large numbers supporting these people upon their return. So we'll see if Fedmyster has anything else to say, but he is now back on Twitch and content creation 1 year after OTV accusations. And speaking of big old Twitch streamers out there, xQc giving his thoughts on the 3-day bans handed out to streamers with repeat offenses and ban histories. This was a clip that, actually pretty well worded from someone like xQc, who openly admits he doesn't necessarily want longer punishments for Amouranth or Indiefoxx or the streamers. He's more so questioning Twitch moderation, who at times have definitely benefited him. He's definitely avoided some punishments here and there and could have had lengthier bans himself, but he called into question the fact that Amouranth and Indiefoxx can repeat offenses, do the same wrong thing over and over and over. And what we thought about Twitch is if you have a ban history and you do the same thing again and again that is wrong and you're banned for it, it's supposed to be escalating punishment so you actually learn from your mistakes, which is clearly not the case with at least a couple of these female hot tub ASMR streamers.
These are both streamers who have had 4 and 5 bans at this point.
Indiefoxx definitely the more prevalent of the two.
People have been pointing out how these all for Indiefoxx, all their bans happened in the span of a year, which is crazy. But him and Nick both make the same point of like, how do people keep having these repeat offenses, habitual rule breakers? And this is just a little slap on the wrist. Twitch is just like, no, don't do that.
Don't
Stop
do it
that.
again, but you can do it again in 72 hours.
On a different type of category. And
just
then
change up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, so it's definitely weird, and I understand where they're coming from. I do respect that he's saying, like, I don't want them necessarily to get punished more, but other people's punishment doesn't make sense when you compare the two.
And I don't think anyone understands the ban system anymore. To give a comparison, like we talked about earlier with Cloud9 Mango, if he were to go on stream and he was told not to air hump statues, but what if he did it time and time again, 5 times over? Do you think he would not be banned harsher than 3 days, time and time again? It's hard to believe. What if someone like Forsen got on yoga pants, took an ASMR mic and an animal mask, and did that same stuff that Amouranth and Indiefoxx did time and time again? Do we really think Forsen would not be given an escalated punishment because that man has been banned for suspicious things that maybe he should not have been banned for in the first place? So clearly there is some sort of treatment going toward, and I don't want to say it, but everyone admits it now, that no one understands his ban system anymore, and that's what Nick and xQc are calling into question. What the heck is Twitch moderation doing? And at the point of this video going out, it is actually a day before the year anniversary of Dr Disrespect's permanent ban from Twitch. Ironically so, the same week, World Series of Warzone, the biggest tournament to date, or one of them, exclusive on Twitch, that Doc could not compete at, but his partner could, that being ZLaner. He recently talked about looking for a YouTube or a Facebook contract in the future. Twitch is off the table because Doc is his one and only partner, and if he took a Twitch contract, he could no longer play with him. He took it one step further because this event was exclusive on Twitch. He had to stream on Twitch, and he returned looking like his very own partner, the Doc himself.
It's out of my head, but I'm still in control.
What's great, some of the most kind of standing up for Doc that we've seen on Twitch. Obviously, people play his music all the time. At this point, it's about as edgy as we get. We've seen some accidental appearances, like in advertisements and
or
stuff
in games,
like that.
or GTA.
But I don't know if anyone that is super well known has done like a cosplay of him before. I would imagine smaller streamers probably have and took the risk of dressing up as Doc just for fun, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone that is majorly relevant or competing in a Twitch-only tournament has done this
who has
before.
talked openly about not even wanting a Twitch contract.
Yeah.
And is legitimately his partner in Warzone. Yeah, I would say of prominent figures, we've seen some big Spanish streamers play Doc in a game. We've seen him in GTA from some smaller streamers out there. Tons of big streamers have played his music, but to your point, that's the extent of like, ooh. And yeah, ZLaner taking a big old step. People love to see that. So what did y'all think about it? We now approach the 1-year anniversary. Will we find out exactly what happened? Probably not. As per usual, we hope you guys all enjoy the Respawn recap. Lots of streamer stories this past week.
A whole lot of streamer stories.
Hopefully more esports going to be happening. Trust me, guys. We want it too. All right, we'll catch you back here next week. Same time, same day. Until then, Hunter, show them the door.
It's that way.
Okay, bye. This way.